In the unforgiving heart of the harsh African savanna, survival is a daily, relentless struggle. A clan of meerkats is already hard at work, meticulously scouring the sun-baked earth. Their sharp claws are sifting through the dry soil in a desperate search for their next meal. But out here, a meal can quickly become a target, so one designated sentinel takes on the crucial role of protector. Realizing the ground offer a limited vantage point against looming threats, this vigilant scout makes a tactical decision. With nimble agility, the meerkat scales the rough bark of a towering acacia tree. From this elevated outpost, the sentinel commands a sweeping view of the vast, deceptive plains. Every rustle of grass, every shadow cast by the sun, is meticulously analyzed. The clan's safety rests entirely on these watchful eyes, allowing the others to focus solely on the relentless task. With nimble agility, the meerkat scales the rough bark of a towering acacia tree. Down on the harsh ground, relentless persistence finally pays off. Whatever edible prize they can find, they will eagerly claim. One industrious forager unearths a hidden treasure, buried deep within the arid dirt. It's not their usual fare of tiny insects or grubs, but a substantial find, a leopard tortoise. Tempting to wait out the dry season in a dormant state, the discovery is simply too significant to keep secret. The fortunate meerkat immediately signals the rest of the foraging party, alerting them to this unexpected, highly fortified feast. Responding to the call, the clan rapidly converges on the prize. Working as a highly coordinated unit, they frantically excavate the surrounding soil, finally dragging the heavy tortoise out into the open. Now comes the real challenge. The meerkats are eager to feast, but their intended meal is heavily armored. Sensing the imminent danger, the tortoise has retreated deep inside its thick, bone-like shell, transforming into an impenetrable fortress. The meerkats gnaw, scratch, and probe every accessible crevice, their sharp little teeth and claws seeking a vulnerability that simply isn't there. It is a highly frustrating stalemate for the hungry pack. Their collective persistence is truly remarkable, but this ancient, evolutionary defense mechanism proves far too formidable against the small predators. They continuously circle their stubborn prize, testing different angles, driven by the gnawing hunger that dictates daily life in this unforgiving environment. Yet, despite their frantic and tireless efforts, the armored shell remains completely unyielding to their relentless assaults. The prize is right in front of them, yet agonizingly out of reach, a cruel trick played by nature. While the meerkats are completely distracted, another intense drama unfolds. High in the branches of a thorny acacia, a dark, chanting goshawk stands over her two hungry chicks. The demands of motherhood are entirely relentless. Leaving her vulnerable offspring behind, she takes to the open sky. She becomes a silent, deadly silhouette, gliding over the golden savanna. With phenomenal, piercing eyesight, she meticulously scans the sprawling landscape far below. Every slight movement is a potential opportunity. She is a true master of the air, a deadly threat to anyone caught unaware on the exposed plains. Back at the acacia tree, the sentinel's unwavering vigilance finally pays off. The sharp eyes of the scout spot the incoming danger. The deadly goshawk is locked on and diving incredibly fast. Instantly, a frantic, piercing alarm call shatters the quiet stillness of the savanna. It's the ultimate, terrifying warning. A clan abandons their impenetrable prize without a single second of hesitation. Survival completely overrides their hunger. A desperate, chaotic sprint ensues. They rapidly scramble across the open, dangerous sand. They dive headfirst into the dark tunnels, vanishing just moments before the raptor strikes. The goshawk's primary target has successfully vanished into the safety of the earth. But the raptor's sharp eyes immediately spot the abandoned prize, the heavily armored tortoise. Landing gracefully beside the creature, the formidable bird of prey decides to closely inspect the meerkat's left-behind bounty. With a razor-sharp beak, perfectly designed to effortlessly tear flesh, the hawk fiercely attempts to breach the fortress. It repeatedly strikes, probing for any weak point, hoping to extract the hidden meat. But the thick keratin shields are absolutely resolute. The goshawk, usually a supreme master of dispatching prey, finds itself facing the exact same frustrating reality as the small meerkats. The shell is simply too dense, too perfectly evolved to repel such vicious attacks. Recognizing the complete futility of her efforts, the majestic hunter finally concedes defeat. She spreads her powerful wings and takes to the skies, leaving it behind. As the dusty skies clear, a new, entirely different force moves with purpose across the plains. A heavily pregnant female honey badger is on a critical mission. Driven by the urgent biological need to find a secure den for her imminent offspring, she wanders the harsh landscape. Meanwhile, the meerkats, still visibly rattled by the terrifying aerial assault, cautiously peer out from their burrow. Their heads pop up like tiny periscopes, carefully scanning the horizon to ensure the danger has truly passed. But in doing so, they inadvertently reveal their location. The honey badger immediately spots the cluster of heads in the distance. To her, this isn't just a group of meerkats, it's a ready-made, perfectly excavated nursery. She doesn't hesitate for a single second. With the truly unstoppable determination characteristic of her species, she charges forward. She hurtles towards the burrow, her powerful claws tearing into the entrance, intent on claiming this prime real estate for herself, ignoring the current residents. She forcefully pushes her way into the narrow, winding tunnels, plunging deep into the absolute darkness. Inside, the terrified meerkats are completely cornered. Their safe subterranean sanctuary has been violently breached by one of Africa's most ferocious and incredibly thick-skinned brawlers. They bravely stand their ground, facing the terrifying intruder in the claustrophobic confines of their own home, prepared to fight. A truly fierce subterranean battle instantly erupts. The meerkats, fighting desperately for their home and their lives, launch a highly aggressive counterattack. They furiously swarm the massive badger, violently biting and scratching with all their collective might. But the honey badger is absolutely legendary for her unparalleled resilience. Realizing the devastating battle is definitively lost, the clan's sole priority shifts to sheer survival. Undisturbed and entirely secure, she comfortably settles into the cool earth, meticulously grooming herself as she prepares to bring new life into the world.